Hi, it's John Lane with Castle Rock Sprinkler Service, where we are all about beautiful lawns, efficient sprinkler systems, and festive holiday lights. Today, I'm going to show you how to start a sprinkler system, activate it, get it going. And this, just note that this is the most common configuration that I see here in Castle Rock, Colorado, where I work. Where you live, this may not be the same kind of configuration, but the concepts are about the same, so you can follow along. And of course, if you have questions, you can put them below in the comments, and I'll be happy to respond and help you in any way. Of course, my customers here in Castle Rock, if you're watching this and you get snagged, just call the office or call me, and I'll be happy to talk to you and walk you right through it. It's not a complicated process, but sometimes things are a little bit different. You know, if you run into problems along the way here and you don't understand what you're doing, then you're probably best to just wait and try to get a professional out to help you. But let's get into this right now. It's really not that difficult. So the first place we begin is we want to be over here at the backflow. And you can see that I put a cover on here. This is actually insulated. It's got Velcro on 3 sides. I keep this on year-round. It protects it in the winter, protects it in the summer, keeps things out of the backflow. And I've linked this where you can get on Amazon in the description below. So if you had us winterize your system, or any other professional, very likely you're going to find the valves at this 45-degree angle. Everything's at 45. That's recommended by the manufacturer of these backflow devices. So the first thing we have to do is we have to close this up. If we don't close it up and you turn the water on, water's going to be shooting everywhere. And if you come out here and water's shooting everywhere, don't worry about it. You just know that you didn't close things up correctly. So the first thing you want to do is shut these valves. And so they're perpendicular here. They're not parallel. If they're parallel like that, it means they're on. So you want them perpendicular, and these are the test cocks. You want those straight up. So now everything is closed. Everything is off. But also check down here. You may have a elbow with a vent or a little drain cap on it, and just tighten that up, just hand tighten it. And now this is totally closed up, and that's really where you want to start. And then from here, we're going to go downstairs in the basement. I'm going to show you where typically you're going to find the water shut off for the sprinkler system, and we're going to turn it on. I'm going to show you how that works and how you want to do that. And then we'll come back up here and I'll show you the next procedures. The next step is to locate the shut-off valve for your sprinkler system. And typically you're going to find this pipe tree down in the corner of your basement, kind of close to the street. And once you locate this, you're going to see it come up, and usually there's a tee off of here, and this will go to the sprinkler system. And the way you confirm that is you just follow the pipe up, go across, and just see and make sure that it goes out to where your backflow is located. Once you've done that and you know that this is the correct one, then you're good to go. So here's the key. You don't want to just abruptly open this. You want to just gradually open this, and you're going to hear the water flow. And this isn't a very long run, and so it's only going to take maybe 10 or 15 seconds to fill the pipe. And then once you hear the water stop running, you can open it all the way, and just kind of put your ear up there and make sure everything is pressurized, and you're good to go. And now we're going to go back outside, and I'm going to show you the next steps of activating your sprinkler system. Okay, so here we are back at the backflow. We've got the water on downstairs. We don't see any leaks here. We heard it pressurized downstairs, so we know there are no leaks between here and where the valve is, so that's a good sign. So now everything is secure here. Now I just want to point out one thing. If you have a valve box, if we winterize your system, all the valves are closed in that box. But if someone else did it, they could have potentially left a valve open. And so we want you to know that in case when you turn the water on here, you hear it flowing unabated, that means that something is open down line. So the first thing we want to do is, right now the water is shut off to this point here, to this first valve. And this valve is kind of the first one that you want to be careful with. And inside here is a spring. So we need to have enough pressure when we open this that it will sort of pop that spring up and close this the poppet and the bonnet. And so when we do that, we do not want to have our face over the top of this, because there's 50 to 60 pounds that can come shoot that out of there if this piece was damaged during the winter. So what I do is I just step back and I give it a nice abrupt turn like that. It pops it up. You may see a little bit of drippage just from the initial opening of that valve, but typically that should stop flowing. Okay? So now we're good to here. And so what we want to do now is we want to open this valve slowly. So I'm going to open it to just about halfway open, and I can hear the water flowing now through the pipe. And what's happening is it's going from here down into the ground, and it's going out to the various valve boxes. So if you have a valve box located in your backyard, water's going to run for a little bit of time to fill all those pipes up to the control valves. So it may take a minute or two for this to stop running, but as soon as you hear the water stop flowing, then what you do is go ahead and open this all the way, and then here's the secret: you want to put your ear on here, and you just want to listen to make sure you don't hear any water movement. If this pipe is pressurized, it means you have no leaks from here to all your valve boxes. If you hear water moving in here after, a couple minutes after the boxes have filled, then you have a problem. You need to start looking. And so what you would do is go to your various valve boxes and open them up and just make sure that all those valves in there, the drain valves, are closed securely. And normally that's where you're going to find the problem. Those got left open for one reason or another. So once you have it pressurized, you're good to go. Now all you have to do is go into your garage, get the clock going, and test the zones to make sure everything's working from the clock. Just a reminder, if you have a problem, if you're a customer of mine here in Castle Rock and you run into a snag with this, don't hesitate to call the office, and they'll get in touch with me, and I'll definitely talk to you, and typically I can walk you right through the problem and be happy to do it. So I wish you well. If you start your own system, if you run into problems greater than just the minor things, give us a call. We'll come out. We'll take care of things. Until next time, it's John Lane saying goodbye.